Hello, everybody. This is Byron Belitzos. I'll be hosting our meeting tonight. This is our second meeting, our first kind of instructional meeting of the Light and Life communities. I'm delighted to be here, and these are sobering times, but I hope we share a lot of laughter and joy today. And going to start with a opening prayer by Meredith Tenney. So take it away, Meredith.
Greetings, Magisterial Son. You have been called Manjaransan and are no doubt known by many names around the world, but I call you friend. This evening, we invoke your presence here with us, and that of our beloved Michael and our Divine Mother, our seraphic friends, and our midwayer brothers and sisters. We gather this evening that we may venerate your coming and celebrate all that you have done, all that you are doing, and all that you will do to bring our planet to light and life. We gather to explore with you and our celestial family more fully how we may be of assistance. Amen.
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 Thank you.
Thank you.
Let's have just a little bit more time for silence, everybody. Just a few seconds. All right, thank you, everybody. We're going to go through a number of items today, and first there'll be a short introductions and kind of check-in, and then I'm going to do a brief presentation about the Magisterial Mission. Then Mara and Dave are going to lead a worship, a longer worship, and then we're going to talk about some of the celestial statements about the Magisterial Mission. Then a poem by Dave, and then some more time for comments from you, and then Meredith will close. So we have 15 folks on, so I'd like to ask each of you to spend 20 or 30 seconds just saying hello and checking in briefly, and I'll kind of go down through the list and that I've got here and ask you to say hello. So Henry, why don't you start?
Hi, everyone. I'm in Central Oregon. It's nearly freezing today, trying to snow. If anybody's interested about the coronavirus scare that's having everybody freaked out, apparently colloidal silver is not going to work. There is this tincture called lactium. Let me get it out here. Oh, Lomatium dissectum. It's wild carrot root, and it's in a tincture form. It's antiviral, and it's antimicrobial, and it's an antibiotic. It's the most powerful herbal antibiotic, and it's already disappearing online. I found it on Amazon today, so if any of you need that, I will share that information. Thank you. It's good to be here.
Thanks, Henry. Too bad I just ordered $100 worth of colloidal silver. Anyway, moving on. I got next year's Linda.
Yes, hi.
Hi, Linda.
Hi, Linda.
I don't see my picture, but it must be here somewhere.
There you are. Pull your screen down a little bit.
Pull it down.
Yeah, so we're to expose your neck.
Ah,
There we go.
so I'm here in Connecticut, and I am excited to learn more and more about this group and what it's doing. I have shared it with some of the people in the study group, and there is some interest. Things are moving in a slower fashion because we are not really officially meeting right at the moment. We're kind of taking a month off to see what happens, but I'm delighted to be here.
Thank you, Linda. Next up I have is Anne.
Hi, everyone. I'm in York, Pennsylvania, and I am happy to be off for 2 weeks so that I'm away from the children that are, I believe that's the best thing that we've done is to cancel school because they are just, you know, harboring the virus or harboring any kind of germs. So, but I have to say, I also went out and got some colloidal silver. So I have 32 ounces to, you know, try not to turn blue over. So I'm really interested in what Henry called, I only got the first name, Lomat. Can you spell that, Henry?
Yes, I just put it on the chat box. Lomattium.
Okay, I got that.
Dissectum. It's wild carrot. It comes under a different names. It's an old Indian herb, and they found out about it because when the swine flu was killing all of those people, there was an Indian tribe in northwestern United States where they were all fine, and because they were eating this wild carrot root, and it's very powerful. So I was told about it today. So, and already a bunch of places I looked for it, it was already sold out. So good luck finding it. Amazon still had it.
Oh, good, thanks. Well, I want to believe I think it was a midwayer that told us about the colloidal silver, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, it was.
So,
I have that also. Yes.
Oh, okay. All right, that's all I have.
Okay, thanks, Anne. The next I have is Dolores. Are you here with us, Dolores? Nice. I see her name, but she's not on yet, I guess. But next I have is Geraldine Jondreau, California.
Hi there. Yeah, I've already spent over $150 on supplements. Anyway, I'm in California and trying to keep a sense of humor about it all. So yeah, I'm exposed to different perspectives that make me wonder really what's going on here. But I'm home and I work from home, so it's pretty easy for me to not have to go anywhere. So that's all. Pleasure, everybody. Byron's my conduit to Urantia and Donna, so it's nice to meet a larger group.
Great to see you, Geraldine.
Mary.
Next I have is Anastasia.
Byron. Oh, am I mute? Am I off mute?
You're on. No, you're on.
Hi, from Santa Fe, New Mexico. We were kind of behind the curve, hadn't had any cases till this week. So as of Tuesday, our first case, and all hell broke loose and no more toilet paper in the stores. And happy to hear what Henry has to say. Apparently spirulina is supposed to be another good one to help with it, but it needs to be from a reputable source. There's probably 3 of those. You can get in touch with me later if you want to know that information. I'm kind of following a lot of that and happy to be back. I was flying back from the Big Island, I guess 2 weeks ago, and all the people that came to my retreat came from all the hot spots, Washington State, Houston, California, all the places that had a lot of cases. So it's It's been interesting, but I'm happy to be here with all of you and just happy to be with like-minded folks. Stephen Marble's not going to be on, Byron. He texted me and said he can't be able to be here. So our little Santa Fe group is not meeting physically right now. We're just all in the wait and watch and see too, and take care of each other and do things online.
Just wanted to add that one member of our community has had a mild heart attack. It's Pat Cooper of Santa Fe. And how is she doing?
Well, she had a trip planned and was worried, but I did see her before she left, and we just did a lot of prayer together, and she's waiting. Her insurance kicks in April 1st, so we're praying that she gets the stress test scheduled here for April 1st.
Yeah.
So prayers for that, and just prayers for her to get her needs met and stay calm.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Everybody, just please put Pat in your prayers. I'm sorry.
It's Rita.
Rita.
It's okay.
I know another Pat. Okay. Rita Cooper. The name is Rita Cooper. Sorry about that. Ray Miller, say hello.
Hello, everybody. I work with some of the folks online here, James and Donna and Henry. We're involved in some other group activities, and Aline as well. And we're just very busy over here in Southwest Florida. And with all that, I couldn't believe all the toilet paper missing. You'd think it was the hot chili chipotle virus. What do I know? Anyway, it's a pleasure to be here and invite and to be with all of you like-minded people. Thank you very much.
Okay, very good. Thank you very much. Next up I have is David Johnston from Down Under.
G'day, everybody. I hope you can hear me okay. I'm actually on the move at the moment, so that's why I've got myself on mute. But it's fantastic to be here with you all. We obviously, in addition to fighting pandemics, we've had all sorts of interesting things happening in this part of the world to start the year, and some of the worst bushfires ever. Certainly feels like it's a time of change, that's for sure. And we've been actually out of toilet paper for weeks down here, so we've acclimatized already. Yeah. Anyway, wonderful to be here with you all.
David, tell us quickly, how did your family fare during the fires? Because you're in Melbourne, right? There was a lot of activity there.
Yeah, there was. Well, the whole country was on fire, essentially. Yeah, I mean, it was very, very intense. We had days where it was just pitch black all day, and the smoke was very, very intense.
Wow.
Never seen anything like it. It was really quite something. But now it's. I mean, I'm in Melbourne, which is far south Australia, and we now have levels of humidity here that just have no business being here. Essentially, it feels very much like we're up in the tropics in northern Australia, which is great for my garden, but I'm pretty sure it's not meant to be that way.
Thanks for the report, David. Alrighty, next up I have is James Lease.
Hi, everybody. I'm down here in Fort Myers, Florida, where we had 80-some degrees down here with no possibility of snow. That's the way that goes. So, yeah, I'm with, did a lot of things with Ray. We have a study group down here, and we spend time going up to Sarasota, visit with Marty up there, too. And we're working with Donna and Henry on some things. And our study group is always on Zoom also, every Wednesday from 10 o'clock to 12:30. That's a plug.
Good to see you, James. Mohini, are you there?
y'all hear me okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Those
Hi,
two-
everyone. I really don't know any of you guys. Maybe I might have seen some of you through knowing Byron. I went to my first international conference when it was in Denver, like 3.5 years ago or 3 years ago. So that was my first real thing. But I've been looking at the book for a long time, but I'm excited to learn about this new revelation because I come from a Hindu background. I believe that avatars come. And I'm so grateful for my friendship with Byron, who's always reassuring me that the celestial realm is coming to help, you know, and that's a really, like, I've been really trying to reconnect to my feeling of spirit and God and the mother spirit and the creator son and the master Christ. And in these times to like be my version of the creator out in the world and then really like kind of walk with the angels and like feel them around me all the time and to ask for their protection and their guidance, you know. And so I appreciate this. It's intriguing to me and I'm very ignorant to a lot of it. So I'm excited to learn about it from you guys. And I'm coming from Boulder, Colorado. We're self-isolating. I'm a massage therapist and I'm closing my business for 2 months.
Wow.
It's a very intimate practice to give massage. My concern is the incubation period, 2 to 14 days. You know, young people who are really healthy or could be carriers. I'm almost 50 and I have a 3-year-old woman in my house, my mother-in-law. So we have to be really careful because she's also immunocompromised.
Yeah.
That's how we're handling it over here.
Thanks, Mohini,
Nice
very
to meet you
much.
guys.
Thank you. Last and definitely not least is Aline Vick. Aline, are you there? Maybe she stepped away.
No, she's muted.
Muted myself. I'm sorry. I just unmuted myself.
Oh, okay. Hi, Aline.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we hear you.
Huh?
We hear you good.
Oh, good. Okay. I'm very happy to be here. I'm happy to learn what all of you are doing and meet those of you I don't know. And I don't have much to say except I'm here to learn. And I love you all. And I'm glad we're in this together.
Thanks, Aline.
Thank you, Aline.
Byron,
Yes.
I have had a visitor join me since we started. You'll see her up in the corner. This is Mary Fettis.
Hi.
Hi.
We're in the same study group and live about 20 minutes apart from each other. And we're very much connected with the New England group. So just wanted you to know who my person on my right is.
Great to meet you, Mary. Welcome.
Thank you.
Hi, Mary.
Hey.
And Donna, right? I got to hear from Donna.
Oh, did we miss Donna? Hi, Donna.
Hi.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
There's so many names. Say hi, Donna.
Hi, everyone. I'm here in Delray Beach, Florida, and we're doing things down here to protect ourselves from the virus. I wanted to make a comment about the colloidal silver because from some of the things that I've read, that it is not something that you should take internally because it can build up a residue in the tissues. Colloidal silver is good for topical applications. The actual product is a structured silver, and Amazon is selling that too. So that's another very highly antimicrobial product. And I think that we just ordered some the other day. We haven't gotten it yet, but I believe that they still have stocks on that. But what I wanted to share with all of you is to, for those of you who don't know me, I have a non-for-profit ministry called the Institute of Christ Consciousness. And one of the things that we are doing is we are collaborating with our planetary seraphim to build more of the spiritual energy needed in the circuits of mind, into our belief systems, and into our emotional memories, so that more healing and transformation can occur on the planet. And one of the things I'm doing with a number of individuals and groups is to hold the focus for these divine patterns of the planet's divine plan to become more fully seated into our consciousness. And so we do a collaborative call with our Seraphim twice a month on Sundays at 12 p.m. Eastern. And if anyone who is new to this and is interested in joining in with the meditations, please email me at the Institute. It's institutechristconsciousness.org, and hit the contact us and just say, hey, I'd like to be on the mailing list for the Planetary Seraphim calls. We meet for about 40 minutes on Sundays twice a month. You get a recording link of the meditation experience, and we also send out a transcript. Now, to me, this has been very fundamental in terms of building the spiritual vitality and to help us think with higher thoughts, higher consciousness. And I do feel that what the Seraphim and the other heavenly helpers and the other legions of light are doing on the planet is preparing a foundational structure in order for the higher spirit personalities, such as the Magisterial Mission and other personalities, to have their physical presence here one day on the planet. So from the information that I'm getting, it's like we are still in this circuit building phase to provide this very safe, structural, mindful foundation for people to more easily open up to their own inner transformation and begin to appreciate that we are getting a lot of help, and that help is here to support the new planetary culture that we're building. So I just wanted to share that with everyone.
Thank you, Donna. Very well said. Thank you. Highly recommend folks get all of Donna's work and get on her email list for sure. So we're going to have a little quick lesson right from the Urantia text, just to kind of anchor us, because we're talking about all these things that are happening and in flux and they're difficult, but it's reassuring to learn about the magisterial sons. So we're going to just talk about paper 20, just the first part of paper 20. And I'm going to just give, just for everybody, and some folks are new, so just a review for almost all of us about the magisterial sons. And the first distinction within that is that there's several orders of Trinity origin beings. So we're going to make this quick. So I see people are getting up from their screen. But the order of days are the administrator beings, but the paradise sons are what we're going to talk about. The magisterial son is a type of paradise son, so meaning they're of origin from paradise. And there are Trinity beings who are of origin, who are paradise sons of origin from paradise, but then there are dual origin beings, and the paradise son, known as the magisterial son, is a dual origin being. And all of these types of beings are these paradise sons are creators. They may be creators, they may be servers, they may be bestowers, they may be judges, teachers, or truth revealers. So moving on a bit more, within a local universe, I didn't really realize this, I've read this passage a lot, that the creator's son, Michael, is personally conscious of what these sons are doing. In other words, what a magisterial son is up to in the local universe. He is Michael is instantly conscious of every act and emotion of the magisterial son and of any other son of this type, such as the Trinity teacher sons. So most of you know that the order of being we're talking about are also known as avonal sons. And generally they are ministers and judges to planets. They're like magistrates, and they're really are the magistrates to all the time-space worlds, to all the races and all the worlds in all the universes. In addition, each Avonal son, like our own Avonal son, who we've been told is called Mondranson, each one is absolutely unique. They're like us. They have unique personalities. In addition, they really have three things they do. They do bestowals, meaning they will incarnate and be born as an infant on a world. Or they have judicial actions where they may not be visible, where their work is to judge the world. Or they'll have a magisterial mission, which is what we're talking about, is a magisterial mission from our son, who we have been told is here on the planet. When they come, magisterial sons are often, I think always, adjudicators of the dispensation, of that dispensation, that preside over the awakening of the sleeping survivors, and they sit in judgment on the realm. They bring an end to a dispensation. So this is what we're looking at, is a judgment, but it's really mercy. They call it judgment, but it's a merciful judgment. And the end of this era that he will bring into being. They render judgments that could extinguish the identity of a personal creature. This is something I hadn't noticed either. Now, they cannot execute such a sentence, but they can render the judgment. And finally, a couple more facts about them is that they are always incarnated as full-fledged males. And they're made physically visible to us. And in our case, if this happens, he will be visible as an adult of the realm. So this is one of the things that, that Dave and Meredith and I are evoking, because we have, all three of us have had our own kind of contact with him. And he seems to be very much present because of all the transmissions we have, which there are really a lot of them. And we'll talk about that some more. So having said that, I just want to open this up if anybody wants to make a comment on these basic facts, or to ask a question.
Byron, I would just like to share that it's been my understanding that we are now in an adjudication period, that this is going to go on for a window of time. Of course, we really may not know the exact extent of it, but that with all the polarity that we're seeing, that this is intentional to give people a chance to awaken and choose, make better choices, especially of a spiritual nature. This is something that came to me many years ago about the Magisterial Mission when I pressed in and asked. And it seems like, we are in a very, very intense time of this, with the mass awakening that's underway right now, to help people open up and choose a higher way, a more positive way of loving, and that this will continue for a while to give people a choice as the planet is adjudicated from the rebellion. Now that the system adjudication has more or less been completed, now the planets, all of them that have rebelled in Satania, are undergoing this adjudication process. That's my understanding.
Thanks a lot, Donna. That was helpful very much. Anybody else have a question? Yes.
That the Magisterial Mission is a part of the adjudication, and they can pass the sense, they can adjudicate, but then it's executed by the Ancients of Days. Is that the form of that?
They adjudicate generally the whole planet, but then they judge individuals. So, for example, a particular friend of mine and Mayor and Dave states that he was shown what a judgment is like in an encounter with him. And he was shown sort of experientially what that's like. And for him, it was this profound kind of explosion of understanding of himself as the magisterial son sees him, all of his flaws were like instantly shown to him. And it was this brief way of him showing flaws and his good quality. Just who he is, what he is, was revealed to him briefly. Just to say, this is what I do. I don't know, is that the way you heard it, Dave or Mayor?
Well, I mean, I find that intriguing, and it's definitely good information, but I was thinking that the ancients of days were the ones that executed the decomposition of personality and soul, but that's what I was kind of wondering. But it's inconsequential, actually, to this conversation. Thank you for that information, Byron.
No, but it is, because that's fundamental aspect. They're judges, but they're not executioners. I mean,
Right.
Sounds like the French Revolution or something, but that is only done at the highest level of the super universe, which is the ancients of days.
Okay.
Well, there is a personality called the divine executioner. They make reference to that in a couple places in the Urantia book, who actually do that of the severing of the personality.
Okay, maybe we should change the subject real quick.
Yeah. I don't think any of us have to worry about that part, you know.
Hopefully, yes. Okay, well, unless there's anything else on this, anybody want to say? I think one clarification for those who are new to the teaching mission, Donna alluded to the fact that an adjudication has happened. But this is, I think, if I understand this distinction, Donna and others, the adjudication we were told about occurred in 1987. There are other dates, and this is the adjudication of the Lucifer Rebellion. So
at the system level.
That's the system-wide adjudication. So we have not had a planetary adjudication. We had a system-wide adjudication of the Lucifer Rebellion. Now this is a disputed fact, but it's stated very widely in like 30 locations in the teaching mission that has occurred, and it feels like it. And right after that was the time of the fall of the Soviet Union. The fall of the Berlin Wall happened right after this adjudication. So it's interesting correlation there. But unless there's anything else, we're going to move on. So what we're going to do now, folks, is Dave and Meredith are going to lead a worship, and the worship's going to lead into dealing and looking at some more difficult statements from the magisterial son and from Machiavellian Melchizedek about our current moment. So I want to anchor ourselves in spiritually and emotionally with the worship that we have now, so that we can move on to some other discussions. So go ahead, Dave and Mary. I think you're bringing up that slide, right?
Yeah,
Yep,
bear with us.
almost there.
Wallpaper's really pretty behind him. It's like foiled fluff or something. Foiled. Huh?
Can you hear us now?
Yeah, and we see the screen.
Okay, we're getting there.
I think you need to hit the first one there, yeah.
Okay.
So this is the title of our brief presentation.
Settle down and get comfortable. Let spirit come in. every time an original and absolute concept of being formulated by the Eternal Son unites with a new and divine ideal of loving service conceived by the Infinite Spirit, a new and original Son of God, a Paradise Magisterial Son, is produced.
Never does a magisterial son proclaim, whosoever has seen the Son has seen the Father. But a bestowal of honor does declare, whosoever has seen me has seen the eternal Son of God. The magisterial sons are not of immediate descent from the universal Father, nor do they incarnate subject to the Father's will. Always do they bestow themselves as paradise sons, subject to the will of the eternal Son of paradise.
The Eternal Son is the exemplary inspiration for all the sons of God in their ministrations of bestowal throughout the universes of time and space. The coordinate creator sons and the associate magisterial sons, together with other unrevealed orders of sonship, all partake of this wonderful willingness to bestow themselves upon the varied orders of creature life and the creatures themselves. Ask them to speak.
We'd like to share 3 affirmations at this point. So Mary and I will read them, but you can contemplate that, say them to yourselves if you wish. Beloved Magisterial Son, you are welcome here.
We offer ourselves in service to your mission.
We await your coming with faith and thanksgiving.
We're going to have a period of clear light prayer together, and I invite anyone who feels so moved to share their prayer with others.
Hang on, right.
Beloved Michael, Divine Mother, we know how you care for your children on earth, and we remember the story of the angel who came and unlocked the jail door for Peter to go free. And that reminds us that you will intervene on behalf of anyone who is a part of your divine plans. And I'm calling down a request for special assistance and care for all of the people on this call in the midst of such turmoil and chaos on the planet.
S'mores.
Mother and Father, thank you for building more spiritual energy into our circuits of mind, that which is present, that which is of record on the past, that more revealed truth may be perceived in these circuits to help us orient ourselves to the greater family of life in the universe of Nebadon. You know how difficult it is for we as humans to look past beyond our own planetary culture. And we thank you for helping us open to this greater family, social structure of the universe of which we are a part, that we may perceive more of our magisterial Son and welcome his influence on the planet as a major source of transformational energy. Thank you.
Eternal Son of Paradise, and your representative in our universe, Michael. Our planet is ripe for a paradise representative, whether he be a teacher, adjudicator, or all of the above. The majority of the planet is ready for transformation. They are ready to follow the will of the Father. Everyone here on the planet is blind. They need to be shown. They need to see the presence in order to believe. Unfortunately, most of the planet are not true Agandanters. We do offer up this prayer that it be heard on high. The planet is ripe for your arrival and presence. We thank you in Jesus' name.
Let's have a few minutes of silent communion with some background music, hymn of the cherubim.
We're back, Byron.
Thank you, thank you. Wow, that was great. It's like right out of my own personal tradition. It's Russian, Greek Orthodox, especially Russian with the bells, and of course the Russian national chorus that we heard. So thank you for that. Sublime worship. We're kind of short on time, so I'm going to cut short what I was going to add about Magisterial Mission transmissions. But I'll just kind of speak from the heart about that, which best way to speak anyway. That for a long time, really 16 years, more than that, but especially beginning in 2006, those of us that follow transmissions have been told that great waves of change are upon the planet, a planet-wide change, not in every dimension, economic, biological, financial, weather, and it really just didn't sound right. And back when we first heard this, and a lot of us just chose to ignore it. But I have been tracking kind of a news junkie, and I've been watching these things accumulate. And we had the recession, 2008, big recession. And then we've had this oncoming climate change that's really reaching a crescendo right now. And now, obviously, we're in the middle of the beginnings of what looks like a global pandemic. We were told that such things were going to be cascading together, but that at an even greater intensity would be the ministry of higher beings, celestial beings to us, which Donna has stated beautifully here to us, and all of us have been thinking about this, is the ministries that we are all experiencing, at least in our intuition. Intuitively, we know there's something going on in the synchronicities that we all see all the time. And this is the evidence, but I think even better evidence are the transmissions, of which there are hundreds and hundreds of them, saying, we are pouring it on, and we're bringing extra personnel from other parts of the universe and from higher realms, because you're reaching this crisis point. And pandemics will come in waves. And I found a number of statements about this, and one of them said that the swine flu that we had in 2009 was a precursor of what's to come, and there was, after that was several other pandemics that seemed to end at a certain point. That was the SARS and one other one, I forget now, and then Ebola outbreaks. That's right. So these we've been told by these beings, and that's including our magisterial son, but also especially Melchizedek, that this will increase and intensify. So now we're in the midst of this, perhaps the biggest global pandemic crisis we've ever known, which none of us should be surprised, and we don't need to rely on transmissions because scientists know that this is inevitable. So it's only that we can know that our celestial, our loving supervisors who are watching over us, they know this in much greater detail than our scientists, and they're doing everything to foster progress, actually through the difficulty, with the difficulty, by virtue of the difficulties. And so that's what we're here doing, is working with them to co-create this. They don't do it alone. We have to do it with them. That's well established in the Urantia revelation, that we're co-creating our evolution. So I'm going to leave it at that, and I'm going to be posting the quotes I was going to read, but we're out of time. And if you go to that link, say your prayers ahead of time, and do anchor yourself spiritually if you haven't seen this material before you read it. And I don't think you need to, because it's all pretty obvious. But it's just good to know that our celestial host knows what's happening as well and is ministering accordingly. We're going to end with a poem by Dave. He's going to read a poem to us, and maybe a few moments for some Q&A. I know some of you have to go at 8, so go ahead and sign off. But Dave, over to you to hear your poem.
Okay, so I wrote this in 2004. Welcome, Magisterial Son. Beloved one, Paradise Son of love and light, we welcome you, though for now you're out of sight. Our hearts and minds open to your presence as we hope for the touch of your spirit essence. With Macaventa, other Melchizedeks, and our archangels come, help us to serve Michael and Mother and to live as one. We Urantians long to be Agandanters no more. Come, friend, and bring us through your heavenly door. We're ready to receive you there. We're ready to receive you more each day, to work together in every way. In spirit, we attune to you, seeking what you'd have us do. So we of Urantia could share God's love as cosmic citizens with everyone above, all worshiping our Father and fulfilling his dream of everybody living together as one, supreme.
Thank you, Dave. And
Thank you, Dave.
I also have a poem, but I'm going to read it next time. And our next date is April 19th, same time, a Sunday at 7 p.m. So mark your calendar for April 19th, and you'll hear my poem. I think both of these poems had to do with a series of meetings that happened around 2002, 3, 4, 5 in Florida, hosted by Fred Harris. And I think in 2004, when Dave did his poem and I did my poem, was at the high point of contact, of early contact with the Magisterial Son. So many of us have been, kind of swimming in this grace of his presence since then, swimming in the promise of his presence as well. So some of us are well ripe for his advent. Of course, we always have the presence of Christ Michael and Mother Spirit and God the Father, and all these good things are always with us. So we're going to end, Dave is going to host us for any further final, very brief comments or questions from anybody. Or anything in closing.
Can I just make a statement or an invitation for anyone who's interested in participating with our celestial helpers, that the planetary seraphim call twice a month, the second and fourth Sunday at 12 p.m. Eastern, is a really powerful, opportune moment to add your intentional energy into the spiritual mindal matrix of this planet to change the consciousness. We are actively changing the consciousness here through these calls, and there are many other groups that are doing it too. So if you have the motivation or the nudge to come on the call, please contact me at the Institute, christconsciousness.org, and I'll be happy to add you to the list. It's a very dynamic time, and I hope you'll join us as we add more spiritual energy to make this reality of Manjaransen to come to the planet actually manifest at one day.
Donna, that's Institute Christ Consciousness?
Yes, .org.
Okay, all one word.
All
Okay.
one word, yeah.
Thank
And
you,
if
Donna.
Contact.
I just want to say thank you to everybody, and God bless you, and stay strong and be free. And, you know, just I love you guys, and I look forward to knowing you all more. Be strong and stay healthy and vibrant. Bye, everyone.
Amen.
Thank you.
I just want to add something before we go about vibration, since Donna brought that up in very important note. I noticed in the transmissions, in regard to infections, if you elevate your vibration to a level higher than the pathogen, the vibration of the pathogen, you're impervious to infection. And this is a statement from Manjaransen, actually, that it is a vibrational reality. So through prayer, through worship, through working with Donna, working with all those of us who are interested in the energetics of this, elevate your energy, as well as all the rest you do for your nutrition, your exercise. Enough said on that. So anybody else want to say anything in closing?
Stop recording.
Sorry, I'm gonna butt in again. We just did an impromptu prayer call exactly on that, for the immunity of our bodies and the immunity of the planet to be up step 2. So I have a recording of that. So if anyone wants that recording to listen to it, it was about a 15-minute prayer that we did today. I'll be happy to share that with you too. So just let me know.
Thanks, Donna.
David, you guys, what was that music you were playing? I was having a spiritual experience there.
Oh, good. Hymn of the Cherubim.
Tchaikovsky, I think.
Oh, really?
But the name of that album is Choral Masterpieces of Russia. And there are 5 albums in the series. And I think that's the name. And the publisher is, what's the publisher? Music from the Hearts of Space is the publisher.
Yeah, bro, thanks.
And the owner of that company, is a Urantia book reader based in California, used to be in my study group, Stephen Hill.
Awesome.
Wow.
I'm going to be generating a place for the angels to hang out with that music in my crib. We all have a good, God bless you guys.
All right, everybody. I think
Thank you. Thank you, Dave.
Everyone.
Thank you.
God bless you. I'll send you the recording.
Stop recording.
Okay, I will. Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Bye now.
Bye.